Thanks for joining us, Wes. How are you doing?
Very good, yeah. Good to be here.
Good, good. Just to kick things off, England have obviously got a tough match coming up against Switzerland. We'll be without Mark Guehi for that. How would you replace him in the team?
Yeah, it's going to be tough because obviously he's played really well in this tournament. I think we've seen the likes of Konza come on in the last game, and I think that just sort of gives a little hint maybe the manager might put Konza in there in centre-back. Obviously next to Stones, I mean, he could change a few things around. He could go free to back. He could maybe bring Kyle into the middle, but I think he will go Konza and sort of stick to what he's seen up until now.
Do you think Ezri Konza has got the experience to be starting in a Euros quarter-final?
I didn't think, Guehi did as well, but he's really shone in the tournament, been pretty solid. So yeah, listen, it'll be a lot of pressure for him. It would have been good that he had a little bit of time in the last game to sort of get the feel of everything. But this is what football's about. He'll be very excited if he is selected, and he'll want to show everyone that how good of a player he is and that he's more than capable of playing in the team. Great.
The left-back position has obviously been under a lot of scrutiny during this tournament. Feels like it's somewhere where we came into the tournament a little bit unprepared. What would you do in that scenario? Obviously, Luke Shaw's back training, but Trippier's played, 4 games now in that position. What do you make of that? What would you do?
Yeah, so obviously, defending-wise, Trippier's been fine, but obviously going forward, just having the benefit of putting it on your left foot and swinging it in, sort of staying out wide to really counter-attack. It's not really happened, and that's for obvious reasons. I mean, the manager, would have been hoping Luke was fit a little bit earlier, and obviously there must have been a setback somewhere. I mean, he has Gomez there, who can sort of play that side. I know people talked about Saka there. So it all depends, really, how he wants to go with it. But it has been a sort of position where, we normally, with Luke Shaw playing at times for England, there's a great counter-attack, there's a great, it's nice and fluent, making runs in behind. And it's not necessarily happened, but, there's obvious reasons for that. And it's a really tough one for the manager.
Do you think it's having a negative impact on the way Phil Foden's affecting games?
I mean, Phil, for me, I think he's still better in the number 10 position. We've seen him and Bellingham have changed at times. And when Phil is in them positions, as soon as he gets it and he's sort of on a half turn, you can see the defenders panic, and I think that's where he's been at his best all season for Man City. So yeah, I mean, sometimes we've got to be able to fit these players in the right position, and Phil being out on the left isn't necessarily really gonna damage any defence.
On the other side, Kyle Walker, potentially not seen him playing to the level that he's been playing at Man City this season. What do you put down that? What's your interpretation of how Kyle Walker's performed at the Euro so far?
I mean, I think he's been fine. There's been a few times where he switched off. In the last game, he's not really looked, and the players got him behind. But I think, with the change of defence in general, everyone's had to adapt a little bit. But in general, I don't think teams have really put us under crazy pressure, and I think the defence have been pretty solid.
Switzerland, looking ahead to that fixture, do you look at that game with confidence? Do you think that England will progress beyond there, and how far do you think we will get ultimately in this tournament?
Yeah, I think we will, and like I said, I don't think we've played brilliant with a fantastic flow, but we have big players in the team to create big moments, and ultimately them big moments will turn into some unbelievable goals like we've seen in the last game. I think Switzerland are a very good team. They defend really well, and they've had a good look. Everyone's had a good look at them this tournament and said, yeah, good team. I still think if we can turn it on an upper level, that we're more than capable of beating Switzerland. And like I said, at times we do look at performances, and we do want good performances, but we are ultimately through to the next round, and I think that gives us a heap load of confidence. because the players have, like they've said, know they can play better.
And just lastly on England, where do you see the story ending for Gareth Southgate?
Yeah, well, I think either way, I mean, no one knows, but I think this is probably the last tournament, and he would love to go out on a high. You know, I think he understands that we have to play better as a team. It's as simple as that. We have to create more, but ultimately, you know, we'll be looking at the players he does have, and he will know that, you know, we've got the talent there to be able to do that.